Developing right now, another big story of the morning. We are learning a lot more today about the attack that happened inside of a Catholic church in Albuquerque.
St. Jude Thaddeus' sanctuary is still closed today after 4 people were stabbed there during Mass yesterday. News 13's David Romero is live at the church. He has the latest for us this morning. Good morning once again, David.
Good morning, Matt. Well, as you mentioned, the church here at St. Jude's is closed for right now, and the pastor doesn't know when it's going to reopen. And of course, it's all because of what happened here yesterday. Now, it was around noon when the 11 o'clock Mass was finishing up. Police say a young man jumped over some pews, rushing toward the choir. At first, people thought he was just punching the singers, and police then say many sprang into action when they realized he was stabbing them.
All the crowd or the people that were there just went towards him and started like getting him, tackling him down and holding him down, and everybody was calling 911.
And it took a number of parishioners to hold the attacker down until police got here. In all, about 4 people were stabbed and rushed to the hospital, 2 of them in critical condition. Now, we are told that all of them should survive. Now, as you can imagine, it was a pretty chaotic scene here at the church just after the incident happened, and police say they were finally able to calm people down shortly thereafter. And of course, they also stayed talking with some witnesses on scene, trying to get more information as to what happened. Matt, back to you.
All right, thank you for the update this morning, David. Now, this morning, we are going to hear more about how those parishioners inside St. Jude took down the attacker. We're going to be talking with the probation and parole officer who may have actually saved lives by going after the attacker. Now, police have identified that attacker as Lawrence Kapner, 24 years old. We were told he regularly goes to church there with his mom, who is a Eucharistic minister. Investigators say as soon as Kapner went after the choir, a bunch of people went after him, including off-duty police officers and firefighters.
I remember standing up, and I just remember seeing maybe 20 men all coming to protect us and offer their aid and service to protect us and make sure that nobody got hurt. It was unbelievable.
St. Jude's pastor, Father John Daniel here, still cannot believe what happened inside of his church yesterday afternoon.
It's a challenge when you see things like this happen in the world. I think it reminds us that there are difficulties in the world, and just to ask for prayers for the whole community that St. Jude Thaddeus Parish heals and is able to go forward. So we just ask for prayers.
Father Daniel has closed the sanctuary where the stabbing took place, as David mentioned a minute ago. That is just for now. He does not know when it will open again if the church needs it. Father Daniel says he'll open up a second sanctuary where they can have Mass in the meantime. And of course, we here at KRQE are going to continue to follow the attacks at St. Jude Thaddeus Catholic Church. We'll have much more on the air later today. You can always get the latest anytime at our website, too. That is krqe.com.
A man accused of shooting his neighbor over a lost dog that wasn't really lost is now out of jail this morning. John Pohl bonded out yesterday. Police arrested him late Saturday night. They say he was drinking, woke up, and couldn't find his chihuahua. Well, officers say Pohl grabbed a gun and went knocking on his neighbor's door, demanding they give him back his dog. At one point, police say the man pointed a gun at his neighbor's head. They say the two began fighting and the gun went off, hitting the neighbor in the shoulder. It turns out Pohl's dog was in his apartment, sleeping under a blanket the whole time. Police are asking for your help to find out more about a hiker who took a hard hit at the base of the Sandias yesterday. The woman got hit in the back of the head by a boulder around 6:30 last night in the foothills. This is over near Tramway and Copper Northeast. She was knocked unconscious when rescuers got to her. Now, she was airlifted to the hospital in critical condition. If you saw her hiking or were in the area at the time, police would like to hear from you. A lot of people are asking this very important question this morning. Why in the world is one woman still allowed to drive?
Yeah, that woman was picked up for her 3rd DWI this weekend after she killed someone in a drunk driving crash years ago. Rachel Hernandez was in a place she knows all too well on Saturday. We're talking court. It's after police say she was drunk, driving in the wrong lane with her 11-year-old son in the car here near Candelaria in San Mateo. We found out that Hernandez was convicted of driving drunk and killing a 78-year-old man back in 2003. And before that, in 1999, she was arrested for DWI, had a blood alcohol content of more than 3 times the legal limit, but somehow got the charges dropped.
Could be having a different discussion if this had been a crash where she killed her son, herself, or, other innocent people. That is the danger out there.
The director of the DWI Resource Center, Linda Atkinson, there says that in this case, prosecutors are probably going to go after Hernandez for child abuse, a more serious charge than the DWI.
A crash involving an Albuquerque police officer injures a young boy traveling in another car. APD says the officer was driving to work on I-40 near Rio Grande when another vehicle tried to merge into her lane. Well, the officer slammed on her brakes, then hit the median, causing major damage to her car. The debris that broke off hit the other car, injuring the 12-year-old boy. Now he is going to be okay. The officer was taken to the hospital with minor injuries.
A Santa Fe police captain here, now under investigation this morning, accused of helping out a guy who keeps on getting arrested on drinking and driving charges. The Santa Fe New Mexican says Captain Eric Wheeler allowed Carlos Carrillo to remove his pickup truck from the city impound lot. Police seized it after Carrillo was arrested on aggravated DWI charges earlier this month, the third time he's been picked up for DWI. An attorney says Captain Wheeler does not have the power to release an impounded vehicle. And we called the captain to get his side of the story, and he gave us this statement saying, quote, "I welcome this investigation. Unfortunately, there has to be an investigation, and it does not make me happy. But once the investigation is over, I'll be happy because it will exonerate me." All right, a smoke shop here in New Mexico is hoping this surveillance video will help find whoever's been breaking into the store. People have broken into Up in Smoke and Roswell twice recently. A little more than a week ago, this guy tried to kick in the door. 2 seconds later, after he finally gets in, an alarm goes off. The man ends up running away empty-handed, but he still did hundreds of dollars in damage. And this was after someone else tried to break into the smoke shop.
The first time somebody tried to come in through the wall of the business to the side of us, and they cut the sheetrock and then kicked the hole in the wall, and the same thing happened. The alarm went off, and they took off running.
The shop says it's not sure if the same person is behind both burglaries.